Hi, welcome to our second episode of Soul to Soul, the Korean American Journey. We're your hosts. I'm Clara.
I'm John.
And just for those of you who don't know what this podcast is about, we're Soul to Soul, the Korean American Journey. It's affiliated with KCN, which is Korean Culture Night at UCLA. It's typically an annual show, but we're starting this podcast in the hopes that we can keep a continuous conversation going about the Korean American experience throughout the rest of the year. Yes,
let's go right into it. The word of the day is 혹시 and 보고 싶어 or 보고 싶어요.
Mm-hmm.
And 혹시 meaning like perhaps, maybe, mayhaps, perchance.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of used a lot when you're trying to get someone's attention at like...
It's like 혹시...
Yeah, like it could be on the street, restaurants. Like restaurant, you could be like, oh, 혹시, can you get me water?
Yeah. It's kind of like just like a more polite way to ease yourself into that like conversation.
Yeah, I think easing yourself is the right term to use. And then 보고 싶어 or 보고 싶어요 is just I miss you. And I think it's just used a lot amongst like really close friends or like couples. Or I guess if you want to confess to someone.
Yeah, you could just tell them, hey, like, I 보고 싶어 you.
So let's meet up and let's talk. Yes, so we'll get back to those later. But let's just go right into it.
Yeah, so today we're going to do a cultural deep dive on Korean entertainment, specifically K-dramas and K-music. I'm a huge fan of K-dramas. I binged 6 K-dramas in 1 week during winter break. So like that
Clara's been talking about this for a good 30-40 minutes straight.
I love K-dramas.
And obviously K-pop and for a while K-rap. K-pop is still, growing. It kind of boomed with like BTS.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot to unravel there.
Yeah. So I guess like we can start off with kind of letting you guys know what our K-drama recs are, as well as our like song recs individually. Let's start with John.
Okay. My K-drama rec is not my favorite, but there's a drama called Mouse.
Oh my goodness. Oh, actually I didn't watch that one.
It's a pretty good one. I didn't finish it yet. I've been watching it for a while, but
for a while. It came out 4 years ago now.
I recently started, but it's like a lot of suspense. It's like a whole puzzle to unravel. You're kind of going through this psychopath killer. So it's really interesting. And then my song rec, that's very hard, but I think New Jeans has some really good songs for K-pop. Cookie is really good.
Cookie.
Yes. I'm not going to sing it, but go ahead and listen to it. What about you? What would you say is your rec for K-drama and this song?
Well, before I get to my recs, I just wanted to mention, I feel like Korean dramas do thriller, like suspense, mystery style dramas really well. And I feel like a lot of the well-known K-dramas are kind of like more like rom-com style, but definitely like if you guys have not seen mystery, like suspense thriller style K-dramas, wow, they're really good.
They're good
so,
storyline, and they don't hold back on like the gore either.
Yeah, so it's like it's really fun.
It's good.
So give those a try. Maybe start with Mouse. For me, my K-drama recs, so I love K-dramas. I have 3, and it was really hard to get to these 3. Like I have an honorary 4th as well that I'll mention. But I guess the first one is Our Beloved Summer. So this one is kind of about like 2 people. It's like a couple. But you like follow their whole kind of like love story. Like they like it's about them when they meet again when they're older, but they kind of the drama goes through their like high school years, like when they first met, like college, and just what happened to their relationship and like what will happen to their relationship. So it's like a very warm and like cozy drama. Like watching it, I felt like I was a part of their relationship. Like I broke up with them as well, and like I'm getting back together too. Like it was such invested. I was in love with this drama. And I think the actors were just really, really good, and they like portrayed these characters so well. Like they're so lovely, but they're also kind of realistic. Like they're not very like perfect. And I think the portrayal of very normal, like ordinary people, of course they look way more like good looking or pretty than like you would typically see on a day-to-day basis, but like the portrayal of the characters and just like their really cute and like warm love story was so fun to watch. I highly, highly recommend. So the second K-drama recommendation is something I finished watching recently. It's also on Netflix. It's called Atypical Family. And it's a story about a superhero family that they're all lacking in some ways. Like their powers are disappearing, and they like disappeared because of a common like modern day illness, quote on quotation illness. And for example, like the main guy character's sister, like his family has the one with superpowers, and so his sister used to be able to fly, but she can't fly anymore because of like obesity. But that's kind of like a cover up, and you get to see like what is really the problem later on in the story. Like it's not like a perfect family, and it's not like a perfect drama. And I think the kind of like funkiness they had going on there, and just seeing the good amidst the bad, and like seeing all these people who kind of lack in ways come together as like a puzzle and make a whole. Like I thought that was very heartwarming. So it's a very interesting, definitely not a typical plotline, very interesting and really heartwarming drama. And I just also like really, really like the main guy actor. His name is Chang Gi-young, but he's like really cute. The third
There's
drama,
nothing else to describe it. He's just really cute.
Actually, that's kind of the reason why I watched the drama in the first place, because I like really fell into him, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to see something he came out in, and it was this drama, and I just recommend it outside of seeing his face, but of course he's a great actor. Third drama is Mr. Sunshine. So this is like it's less fantasy. This is more of a historical drama, and this is like about kind of Japanese colonialism era of Korean history, which is like a very heavy and kind of sad and tragic time in Korean history. But I thought this drama was made so well. I know the author, or no, what do you call the writer of this drama. She is really famous. She wrote like The Goblin. She also wrote like Heirs. So she's an amazing writer, but her take on this historical period piece was so good. And I think people who don't know a lot about Korean history, like they should watch it. I think you learn a lot, and you just fall in love with the characters, and you just really feel for the characters, and you can really feel their emotions of them as they kind of went through those difficulties and like the decisions they had to face. But yeah, it's just really, really, really well made. So I really highly recommend. I don't think I could watch it twice because it was just so heartbreaking, but if you're into something new, I highly recommend that. And for my song recommendation, I really recommend Zion T's Unlove. Like I just love Zion T as like an artist. But recently his most recent release was Unlove, and it was co-produced with Han, the HONNE.
Yes.
That artist.
I feel like a lot of people would pronounce it Hon, but I did hear it is Han.
So yeah, they made it together, and so the song has like elements of kind of like Han music. I feel like they have a very distinct style.
They do.
But Zion T is like a rapper slash
like R&B.
It's really good. This was my number one song on Spotify.
Yeah, that whole album is really good. I would suggest you listen to the whole album.
Yes. He's like really talented artist, and I think beyond just like the K-pop scene. There's a lot of Korean music outside of that, more like indie or R&B, K-rap. I'm a huge K-rap fan, and so like highly recommend kind of venturing outside the realm of K-pop into different Korean music. There's so much more to kind of explore. Yeah,
we could get more into that.
Yeah. And our video editor One also gave us her K-drama and song recs. So her K-drama rec is something that's actually airing right now, which is Love Scout, and it's about like a secretary, like the main guy character is a secretary to the main female character, and she is like a CEO of a company, and kind of their love story. Like they're both on the older side, and so like in the drama, like his character, he's a single dad and he's raising his kid, and she's also much older in her years, and so she has a lot of work experience. So it's definitely not like, oh, high school love. Mm-hmm. It's a more adult oriented rom-com. Yeah, but I really like it too. I think that it's the main male actor's first like rom-com where he's like the main character, and he's like really good at acting, and he's very fine. So
okay,
his name, I'll give you his name. His name is Lee Jun-hyuk.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this is just a honorary mention, but Designated Survivor 60 Days was another drama that Lee Jun-hyuk came out in. It's about like Korean politics, and I don't really like political dramas, but they made that so well, and he looks so fine in his suit. So recommend watching.
I feel like all these is there's some kind of actor in there that you just think is super cute.
Yes, I'm sorry, I have a lot of like favorite Korean actors. I'm a fan of a lot of them.
You want to go ahead and give one song rec?
Her song rec is Lee Hi's Safety Zone. So Lee Hi is also how would you categorize her? She's more like,
she's like
R&B.
She's made some ballads here and there.
She's also, doesn't she do rap? Or okay, she doesn't do rap, but she's in a rap,
I think they feature her
brand.
Oh yeah, her label is it's called AOMG. They are a hip hop like rap label, but yeah, I think she focuses more on like R&B, but I know she features a lot on like rap songs. So
her voice is really good. If you
really
get the chance to listen to her songs.
Another one by Lee Hi is Only One or Only. That one's kind of old.
Only?
I don't think Clara knows it, but that one's very good.
Only? Can you sing a little bit for us?
Maybe next time. But if you want to find these songs, just a side note, we do have a playlist with all of them. Mm-hmm. We will link it somehow, somewhere, but it's going to be called Soul to Soul Song Recs with a exclamation point.
Yes. So you could go there to listen to all these amazing songs.
But coming back to the dramas.
Yes.
So many.
Yes. Oh, wait, I forgot. The biggest, okay, like the number one in my heart, like I wouldn't recommend it to anybody, but the number one in my heart is Boys Over Flowers. So this is like a super old drama, but that was like my very first like K-drama that really got me into like this realm of watching K-dramas like nonstop. I just really liked it. It's super cheesy. Like if you watch it now, you're gonna probably think like that male character needs to get canceled. Like he's bullying her. Like there's a lot of cheating going on here and there. But you know, it's a really good drama.
It is good, and they have a OST, I think, that was used a lot in Korean variety shows.
Yeah, because it's so iconic.
It is very iconic in Korea. If you guys want to go over and watch that, it's a
I mean, we could put it in our playlist just for the fun of it. Also, I just love this drama so much. This is TMI, but I had my grandma bought me a pencil case with the main guy character's like face on it, because I just like I fell in love. I was like, wow, he's so cute. I love his curly hair. Like, it was a really bad hairstyle, but everything
man.
looked good. Everything looked fine and handsome back when I was watching it. So
How
good
old were
memories.
you when this
Oh
happened?
my gosh, I think I was like super young. I was in like elementary school. I remember taking it to class in elementary school, and I was like, hi guys, like this is
It's
my new pencil
case.
case. I like showed it off everywhere. Yeah, those were the good old days.
Yeah, but some other dramas, I think my all-time favorite is 태양의 후예 or Descendants of the Sun. Clara is a hater.
I'm not a hater. I'm just like not as big of a fan as most people are.
She's a hater. It's a great drama.
It's a great drama.
I watched it a few times over. The OSTs are so good.
Oh, the OSTs are good.
And
you are my everything.
And the second lead, Kim Ji-won, she was also in Queen of Tears.
Yeah, she's so pretty.
She's such a great actor. And my second favorite,
The Goblin?
No.
The Goblin is really good, guys.
Hot take, I don't like that
Oh
drama.
my goodness, you're gonna be so canceled.
I know.
It was so good.
I watched
iconic.
the first episode. Halfway through, I fell asleep.
No. Wait, the person who wrote The Goblin also wrote Mr. Sunshine.
I'm sure it's a great drama.
It's a great drama.
I'll maybe come back to it one day, but I mean, everyone says it's a great drama. So
I think she wrote Descendants of the Sun too.
I did not know that. I actually don't really know who writes these. I should look into it.
She's like a really famous, Kim Eun-suk.
Mm.
She's so famous. She wrote so many like iconic K-dramas. Yeah, she wrote The Heirs, Descendants of the Sun, Mr. Sunshine. Oh, she wrote The Glory.
Oh, that is a more recent one.
Yeah.
That was pretty big in Korea.
There's a lot of like K-dramas these days that kind of focus on the concept of revenge, and like getting back at your enemies, and taking a kind of a dark turn. So in like contrary to, I think, the more like well-known, like lovey-dovey, like lighthearted, like cute K-dramas, on the other hand, like what John mentioned for his first rec, there's a lot of like mystery thrillers and like revenge dark shows as well. So whatever you like, I think within the spectrum of K-dramas, there's always something for you.
There's something, you just gotta dig it. There's, I think, but a lot of people do like the rom-coms.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, in some parts I would put it over 태양의 후예 is 2521. I don't know if you watched it.
I was not a huge fan of that. I love the song.
Clara's
They
just a
based it on the
hater.
song.
You're just a hater.
Sorry, I have just like a very like different taste. I think we
Or-
can't watch these together. We can't agree on one.
What I appreciated about it was the ending. I think it was.
Oh my gosh, that's what I hated about
I think a lot of people hated the ending.
Uh-huh.
One is agreeing back there, but
Did you hate it? Oh my gosh.
the
Yeah.
ending was, I think,
No.
it gives a little more realistic,
No.
like sad but
No.
bittersweet.
Okay, you know who did it better? Which drama did it better?
Which
Our
one?
Beloved Summer did it so much better. Like, that was also realistic. Okay, not like extremely realistic, but I think the portrayal of the characters was very real.
I have not watched that one.
Oh my
I will watch
goodness.
it.
You need to watch it.
I will watch
it's
it.
like beautiful. Like, period. I don't know what other like term you can use to describe it. Well, like on the question about K-dramas, like we already discussed that there's such a wide variety and like such a wide spectrum of like genres within K-dramas. What do you think like makes K-dramas like different?
I think one, definitely the acting. I mean, not saying that there's bad actors and only Korea is good, but I think a lot of talented actors out there.
Yeah.
So there's always, even the ones that are more newer into the industry, you find them playing a drama and then that drama kind of blows up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of good scripts out there.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely the whole love stories, I think.
Yeah.
People fall in love with that a lot.
I like to second that. I think the whole like scripts and these stories within K-dramas, I think separate it from like American shows and like shows in throughout the rest of the world. I think Asian shows, like I'm also a fan of C-dramas too, but I think like Asian shows in general have a more like softer,
It's like a mellow.
Yeah, it's more mellow, and I feel
Yeah.
like it's more subtle in terms of like the small emotions. And I think a huge part of that might also be like within Asian culture, like a lot of these dramas, of course, these days there's more like explicit K dramas, but most of them are very like PG. And so
Yeah.
like it's very like you could watch it with your like kids, like you could watch it with like younger audiences. And I think something about having like not being too explicit gives it more subtlety and like the smaller emotions, and like you kind of feel your heart flutter with like just like holding hands, and you're like, oh my goodness, it took like 8 episodes to get here, like, you know, it's like you really build up to it. And I think just going with the characters and kind of feeling their more subtle emotions through these like truly like interesting and kind of new plot lines that I don't see in like other kinds of shows, I think is definitely a winning factor.
There's definitely like elements like it feeds the audience. Not like you can't get it in life. Like some things.
Something about it. It's like, you know, it's like
So they're just living through secondhand through the drama.
Yeah, exactly.
But like you mentioned, definitely things like it's a lot more mellow, a lot of them. So families could watch it. They even had, I don't know if they still do it, but they have specifically like family friendly Wednesday dramas, like Saturday dramas.
Oh, I think they still do.
Yeah. So it's very like friendly and easy to follow a lot of the plot lines. So even kids, you know, adults, they all enjoy it. So
yeah, but of course these days there's a couple like darker, kind of more gory and like explicit dramas out there.
there's a lot of crazy ones. Have you watched Penthouse?
Oh my goodness, that was like that was so dramatic. Like I couldn't follow through. I like more melodramas, if you can
That
tell.
was definitely like this person died but comes back like a few episodes later.
Yeah.
Suddenly this person is that person's daughter.
Yeah, it was like crazy. I mean, if you guys are into like kind of crazy like
그냥 막장.
yeah, like in Korean we call it makjang, which is I don't even know.
It's just like chaos.
Yeah.
Chaotic.
Dramatic and like
It's like if you could get past the part where nothing is realistic,
yeah.
I think it's a fun little drama. It hit I think like 30% viewership in Korea.
I mean, it's like crazy amounts of dopamine. You just
Yeah,
like every
for sure.
scene you're like, what? Like what?
Yeah, it's whole lot of crazy in there, but
I mean, if you guys are into that, like Penthouse was actually a huge hit.
there is 3 seasons of it. So if you're someone
Yeah.
that just binges the whole thing,
You know, that's actually kind of like not common in K-dramas, having multiple like seasons
That's
past
true.
2.
Yeah.
And I think again that's like another feature of K-dramas that I kind of appreciate. Like I like to move on after
Yeah.
one thing, and usually K-dramas are either 12 or 16 episodes, and they rarely have a season 2. So
I
you just
think it's a
finish
good
16
thing.
episodes, you move on. You can move on to the next thing.
it ends where it's good.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you do want more, but you look at
Yeah.
these movies that already, you know, the second one is not that good a lot of times. So
Yeah. Definitely that's like huge though, because I know like I love The Umbrella Academy on Netflix, but there's like lots more seasons, and I'm more used to watching more seasonal like more seasons for American shows, but K-dramas definitely usually one season.
yeah, I think Americans are definitely, they're so long.
They are like
The
Grey's
old ones?
Anatomy and
Oh
like
I remember watching The Walking Dead. It's so long. It's really good, but
yeah,
at a certain point I'm just like, when is it gonna end?
gotta move on.
Yeah.
I mean, I also think that K-dramas sometimes can get too cliche.
That is very true.
I think just with like Asian dramas in general can get really cliche. And so like I do think these days it's harder to find K-dramas that are more like unique in its storyline and than in the past. So that's also something like a shortcoming, but something you guys should also look out for when you're choosing which show to watch. Like some of them may be very cliche and like you've already seen this plot line somewhere else.
There's so many coming out every day. I cannot keep up. I don't know what's new.
But you know, these days, like for K-dramas, they're kind of doing drama, quote unquote, remakes of webtoons.
Oh yeah,
that's also huge because Korean webtoons, oh my gosh,
that's a whole culture over there.
I'm a fan. Like I used to read a lot of Korean webtoons, and a lot of the ones that I read actually got made into K-dramas. So it was kind of fun reading it and then watching it. So you can also see, it's like fun to see that if you're interested in reading like webtoons and also watching that.
Is webtoon a thing in like America? I
don't know actually. I mean, there's translated webtoons. I sometimes read it in English too.
I see. Well, webtoons is kind of like mangas, I guess.
Yeah.
To make it simple, it's like people just drawing these things, making stories. It's a fun little. But
the storylines are crazy. Like they're so good.
It is. A lot of them. I mean, it was so good they made it into dramas. So I think that says something.
And also, it's kind of fun. Like when you're reading these webtoons, like you imagine like the plot, like the cast that you would cast for each character. Like I used to think that a lot. I was like, ooh, I think this actor would. I think. Okay, one of my favorite webtoons was My Roommate is a Kumio.
I've heard of that one.
That also got made into a K-drama, and the main guy or the main actor was Chang Gi-young.
Is that who you imagined?
Actually, no. I was kind of thinking of I don't know. I don't even know who I was thinking of, but it was definitely not him. But I was very pleasantly surprised to see him.
You liked it regardless.
I liked it regardless. Okay. I'm not picky. But yeah.
You're not, yeah. Yeah, but something that I've noticed with K-dramas and even K-pop, we'll get into it in a little bit, but what my opinion is K-dramas has kind of shifted the perspective on like relationships, whether that be friendships or romantic. I think people, their expectations has it's gone out of hand.
Oh, like their expectations on relationships?
I'm a little scared saying that, but I feel like as more people watch more dramas, I think they start to imagine, there's people like this. There must be someone like this.
Like their standards go up.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
I think for me, watching it, like I can kind of like separate like the drama world from my real world. But this is kind of a side tangent from what you mentioned, but I do think like the interesting about K-dramas and seeing like the trend and what's like changing within these K-dramas, you can also get a sneak peek into like what's changing in Korean culture as a culture period. And I think like what you said about like relationships, like whether it's within like couples, I think the kinds of storylines that are appearing in K-dramas now where like there was one, it's like what was the one where it's like 사랑은 죄가 아니잖아.
That was, what was it? That was the one where he's dating like 2-3 people.
Yeah. 사랑은
something about husband.
부부의 세계.
Oh yeah. World of Married.
Like just these kinds of dramas where I don't know, I feel like the relationship dynamic in Korea, like whereas before because Korean culture was very highly
traditional.
Yeah, like traditional, and like patriarchy style, which is, it like still exists in Korea, but I think with the change in Korean culture and kind of the shift more towards like modern ideas and values, I think K-dramas also kind of express that.
They do affect it, I think, a lot. And something that's really ironic is, I don't know if you heard of Sky Castle.
Oh yes,
That's a very academic, like focused drama, and they have like this study booth, like that.
Yeah,
It's really isolated, and I think one part of the drama was to basically show like, don't do that, like don't torture your kid into like this like isolated booth.
where you just study, like you just go in there and you just study.
But ironically, after the drama finished, the sales of those desks, they skyrocketed in Korea. They sold out.
Maybe the parents were like, oh my gosh, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. I need to buy it for my kid.
So
I need to send them to college.
Sometimes people, they should take the message and not do it, but
yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to change like culture like a snap of a finger, but I definitely think like these K-dramas and Korean culture like go hand in hand in affecting and also representing and just showing like that trend in Korean culture.
It's quite surprising how much it could impact it.
Yeah.
I forgot about the biggest Squid Games.
Oh, Squid. I actually didn't
watch this. Like, did you not watch the first one?
I couldn't finish the first season. I'm not a huge fan of gory, and it was too gory, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is lots of blood. Did you watch both?
I did. Hot take. It's a great drama, but I think it was overhyped at a certain point. It's a great drama, but I think if you just didn't have expectations going into it, it's a good drama.
I think it's new.
Yeah.
The concept is just so crazy new, and like the take that they did to like use Korean traditional games and portrayed in such a violent
I think that was really
way.
creative.
Yeah.
It's something new. And season 2 shows more of like the background of
I see.
the games. A lot of mixed reviews. I think it's good. It's like where they could have taken it. I don't think there was much, but I think they made the most of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to live up to like high expectations.
Yeah.
After Squid Game season 1, I think it's like the common like season 2.
Also, one is it's not a drama, but Parasite. Did you watch Parasite?
I did, but I think my taste for movies is not as like 5-star. I think that's not a movie I would choose if it's for like a movie night. I think it feels like it belongs in a museum and not in my like DVD bookshelf.
I think that's fair. It's fair. It's a good movie. I think it's kind of like Squid Games for me too. A lot of people kind of blew it out of the water. They're like, oh, it's like the best movie. It's a really good movie, but I think I would agree. It's not the first movie that comes to mind on like a movie night.
Yeah.
But like good plot, good script writing.
I think like both with Squid Game and Parasite, like the social commentary that it brings, I think that gives it a lot of value. Like definitely more than just like a cliche like rom-com. But in terms of like enjoyability while watching it, I prefer not to think too much when I'm watching something. Yeah. That's
fair.
Yeah.
I think, moving on to
music?
Songs, music, K-pop, K-rap. I know for a fact, not anymore, but K-rap was a huge thing with Show Me the Money at one point.
Yeah, but I feel like Show Me the Money wasn't popular outside of Korea.
Yeah, outside of Korea, I think it reached up to like Korean Americans here.
Yeah, I was a fan of Show Me the Money. But I do think like I'm not too aware of like the hip hop scene, so I'm not sure because I don't listen to a lot of American rap. Like even within Korean rap, I only like listening to kind of like positive rap that doesn't that don't have too many swear words or like explicit things. But that's just my taste, and I think that's why I feel like Korean rap is a little bit more palatable, because they do have a wide range, and I think a lot of them are not explicit or too.
Yeah, I feel like even if they do, it's very like overlookable, as in you don't hear it as explicit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for those of you who don't know, Show Me the Money is like a rap survival show in Korea.
Yeah, Korea has a lot of
They
survival
do.
shows.
A lot of like Idol ones too.
Produce 101.
Produce 101. Huge scandal with it though, unfortunately.
Oh, I was a huge fan.
Yeah.
But
And the more recent, I think it was called Rap Republic.
I don't know. I have not watched the recent ones.
A lot of Show Me the Money contestants went on it. It's a more less like survival show. But yeah, that was cool too. But yeah, that show really kind of blew up the rap scene in Korea. People like, I guess, like BY.
Ooh, BY. Yeah.
Every street you went to, like when he came out, every street was his song.
BY has just like, I think the way he raps was like unheard of, because I'm like, how is he not running out of breath?
Rap
and he does it
machine.
like
Yeah.
very like monotone, as in like he just stays in one key and then runs for like 10 seconds, like, or 10 seconds plus. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's
wow.
crazy. Yeah, his songs are really, he's a machine gun.
He is. The way he spits his words out is definitely machine gun like.
Yeah, and like some other ones, like I think you listened to PH1.
Oh yeah, PH1.
He also came out, Show Me the Money, and then.
Oh, he did?
He did.
Oh, I did not know that.
That's where he became more known.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. Youngji.
Yeah.
I mean, she was popular before Show Me the Money too.
Yeah,
but
she came out on the high school rapper one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also won on that one
Yeah,
too.
yeah. She's never
Her
lost.
voice is like
It's so big.
Like it's like a gift.
It really is. I think
You can't imitate that voice.
at least not women.
Yeah,
It's really unheard of.
Yeah.
I think
the female vocal range.
she's also really good at singing.
Yeah.
So surprised.
Yeah. Lots of talented Korean rappers.
Is there like a group that you kind of listen to a lot, like now or back in the day?
Just like Korean music in general. I mean, running back my K-pop history, I don't listen to K-pop as much now, but that's because of like a personal issue. Let me give you some context to explain my relationship with K-pop. So I actually started listening to K-pop in like 8th grade. I got into EXO. Like, I was a huge Chanyeol fan. I loved EXO. Like, I loved what is it, like Overdose? I like that song. I like Call Me Baby. I was a huge EXO fan, and then I started liking BTS, but it was before they like started popping off. And I was like, I was a huge fan of Save Me.
Is that a newer one?
No, it was like a really old one.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't even remember. Like Spring Day. That was like later on, but a huge fan of Save Me. I really liked Jungkook, but then once they started getting super popular, I think I like lost my interest. I think I like just like low key groups, but they were not low key anymore. I had a phase where I was in love with like 17. I still am. I think their songs, I love their songs, and I just appreciate their team energy and like.
It's crazy to see how big they are now.
Yeah, I mean they've been big, and they're just like. I just love their team chemistry.
They're selling out like arenas here.
Yeah. I mean, they're also really good at concerts though. They're like a really fun group where you could go and just have fun. And so I really like 17. I also really liked NCT. But NCT Dream, like oh my gosh. I love NCT Dream. Like,
are they still active?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. They're still
Last
active.
last time I heard them was like 3 years ago. So
No, they're still active. I mean, NCT itself is like such an interesting
it's
concept.
yeah,
It's like
a lot of subgroups.
yeah, but I'm a huge fan of NCT Dream. I think that was my last group that that I really liked. I think after that, all the new K-pop groups, they're younger than
They're
me.
very young.
And for me, I think growing up with K-pop, I was always like a key element of K-pop to me was being able to call these like older guys like oppa, but like once they started getting younger, I'm like I can't do that anymore. They're just like younger brothers.
Yeah, all these
So,
new groups like New Jeans, they're very young.
yeah, they're very young. Everyone's super young.
Yeah.
But I like their songs. I don't think I'm a personal like I don't stand anyone. Like I'm not a huge like I don't keep up with it. I think nowadays I've been listening to more like R&B and like individual artists like Zion T, like I mentioned. I'm a huge fan of him. Big Naughty.
Big Naughty.
I like his songs.
Crush.
Oh my gosh, I love Crush.
Crush has a beautiful voice.
Yeah. All these people though, they kind of do like half rap, half singing. Yeah.
They're versatile.
Yeah.
They have ballads, they have pop, like rap, R&B.
I think that's definitely like my genre of music I like. I kind of like mellow, like not too upbeat, but not too sad, just like chill.
More in the R&B
Yeah, style.
range. Do you listen to IU?
Not
really.
really. I think I listen to more guys than
I
girls.
see.
But it's because like if I listen to songs that I think I can sing, then I can't just
Oh.
listen. I start
You start
singing
singing
along.
it.
But it's like I feel like songs from like Zion, oh actually no, his songs are very singable. I don't know.
That's fair. It's
Yeah.
okay. But I think IU has more of like the mellow, not mellow.
She does. I
but
feel like her songs are a little bit like they have less.
like pop to it.
Yeah,
like explosion.
I think they're more like really mellow.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have any?
I think a lot of them came out like I listened to a lot of Big Naughty, like IU. There was a phase where I used to listen to a lot of Icon.
Oh my! Wait, was Icon the one that was like 사랑했다? That was my SAT song. Like that was the song that was stuck in my head during the reading comprehension section of the SAT. Like I can never forget that song. I was like, get out of my head. Like get out of my head.
That was a national anthem in Korea for like a good year.
That's a really good song. Yeah. Hence why it was stuck in my head during the SAT. But
it was a little sad though because I feel like a lot of people didn't really know the group. They just knew the song.
Yeah.
So they kind of died out. There was like a small scandal in there as well.
Yeah. I think the thing about the K-pop industry is that like sometimes there's like songs that I know, but like I don't know the group.
Yeah.
And yeah, like to delve into kind of like the K-pop industry, like I think there's a lot of controversy with it. But I think from my point of view, I mean, I appreciate their music, of course. I just hope they're well.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, especially at such a young age.
Yeah.
So many eyes. So and like a lot of groups especially, it's so many. It's hard to survive.
It's really hard to survive. I agree.
Even in a big company. So it's that much harder with, a smaller label. There's some like Korean American artists. Do you listen to? There's like Juni.
Is he Korean American?
He is Korean American, from my knowledge. And
yeah, I like Juni.
I think Soul Child.
Soul Child.
But he spells it like SCHLD. I'm sorry if he's not Korean.
Oh my gosh!
I think he is Korean though.
Oh my gosh! Yes, I do.
They have great songs. It would actually be cool if we could get them on this one day. But they're also like R&B, more chill vibes.
Yeah, he is Korean.
Yes.
He moving from Korea to Canada after the first grade. Oh, I actually didn't know this artist was Korean.
Which one?
SL
Oh,
CHLD.
I think it's called Soul Child. I'm so sorry if it's not.
But yeah, wow, a lot of them. Junie is also Canadian.
Yeah, a lot of Koreans go to Canada.
Canada.
Canada. Oh my gosh, my words are
Canada.
Canada. Yes, I think it's because they give out the visas really easily.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Korean music is amazing. I mean, I appreciate all music, but
A lot of the Korean American ones are more low key, I think.
yeah, that's why I've been listening to that a lot more and kind of growing more further apart from like my K-pop days, but
It's
I still love
definitely a
it.
niche.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I know like Wave to Earth
Oh, they
is
did.
huge.
They blew up.
That band.
Fun fact: I listened to them when they had like 10K on Spotify,
You're a real one.
and
You're an OG.
next time I checked, they were like 2 mil. I think they're like 7 mil now. They're huge.
I mean, I didn't know that they were that big. I feel like, yeah, just all these like bands and like Korean indie music, it's like pretty big.
Hmm. Yeah, and there's a Korean band actually. They're not big, but
The
it's
Rose?
it's called Soul Delivery.
I don't know that. Soul Delivery?
But the drummer in that, I know he was like Sam Kim and like Channabi. He was in that for a little bit.
Ooh.
I think he's pretty famous in Korea. But fun fact, I was in a audio engineer class with him in Korea
Oh.
for a good like 5-6 months.
Do you
yeah.
think he'll remember you?
I hope so. I mean, I have his contact, and
Whoa.
I've talked. He's really cool. He's chill, but really talented. The band is super talented.
Mm-hmm.
I think the pianist is like his wife or something.
I love that.
So they're super good. They have like, do you know Soul?
Soul?
Soul, the artist,
Soul?
the R&B artist.
Soul.
I think like SOLE.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they got her on a few tracks. Yeah, so it's a really small niche band in Korea, but they're very good. I would recommend if you want like a more just chill instrumental with a few vocals in there.
Yeah, we'll definitely take a listen. I mean,
Alright. Yeah.
Those are all of our great recs for K-dramas, K-music, and yeah.
It's a lot. Honestly, there's a lot more too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's never ending.
Yeah, we could go talking on for hours and hours. Like I definitely can for K-dramas.
It's always fun to discover these new dramas, songs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They make a lot of good conversation topics as well.
It does, especially if the other person also is very into it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with that, I think we will be closing it out.
Yeah. I know we had a bunch of song recs, but could you give us like our song rec of the episode?
The song rec for today is Summer Rain, and it's by Sam Kim. It's in one of the dramas you mentioned.
Doo-goo, doo-goo, doo-goo. Our beloved summer.
I will definitely take a look at the drama. I will try to watch it.
You need to watch it. Like you need to be done with it next time we meet.
I did not watch it, but the song is great.
It's amazing.
Maybe don't listen to it during the day, but like sunset, night,
or in like early morning.
Early morning.
When it's lightly raining, when you have like your crush next to you, and when you have like an umbrella that you can share. That would be a great song to listen to together.
It's a very sweet song. Mm-hmm. It's a very calming song. A lot of emotions into it, so would recommend.
It's a very heart-fluttering song.
All
right. So as we're ending, I'll just go through our ending credits. Our video editor is Juan with her. She gave us her K-drama and song recs. Our audio editor is John. Your hosts are me, Clara, as well as John, and also our third host who's not here but will be joining us next time is Madison.
All right. And with that, all aboard. We'll meet you on our next episode from Soul to Soul.
Choo choo.